You listen to videos, you understand everything. But when it's your turn to speak, nothing comes out. You freeze, you feel nervous, you know the words, but your mouth stays quiet. Have you ever felt that way? Comment below if that's your problem too, because today we are going to fix it step by step. Chapter 1: The Silent Struggle. I remember when I first started learning English. I used to watch English movies, listen to songs, and even read small articles. I understood many things. I could follow the story. I could laugh at jokes. But when someone asked me a question in English, I couldn't reply. My brain was full of words, but my tongue refused to move. I felt like my English was trapped inside me. That is the silent struggle many learners face. You study, you listen, you read, but you still can't speak. It feels unfair, doesn't it? You might think, I know so much, why can't I just say it? The reason is simple. You are training your ears, but not your mouth. Listening is passive. Speaking is active. When you listen, your brain works, but your tongue stays asleep. And when the moment comes to speak, your tongue doesn't know what to do. Let's think about a baby. A baby listens to hundreds of hours of language before speaking even one word. But after that first word, it never stops. Why? Because it practices out loud every single day. You, my friend, are in the same journey. You have listened. Now it's time to speak, even if it's not perfect. When you stay silent, your confidence slowly disappears. You begin to think something is wrong with you. But nothing is wrong. You just haven't trained your mouth yet. Speaking English is like exercising a muscle. You cannot build it by watching others move, you must move too. Let me tell you a small story. One of my students, Maria, could understand everything I said in class, but she never spoke. She was shy, afraid of mistakes. I told her, Maria, from tomorrow, I want you to say one English sentence to yourself every morning. She started small. I am ready. The next day, today will be a good day. After 1 week, she spoke longer. After 1 month, she spoke with confidence. Her secret? She didn't wait for perfect grammar. She just spoke and improved through speaking. That is what I want you to do from today. Don't wait for your English to be ready. Your English becomes ready only when you start using it. Don't say, I can understand but not speak. Say, I am learning to speak. These words are powerful. They change how your mind thinks. Here's a small exercise for you. After watching this video, look in the mirror and tell yourself 3 sentences in English. For example, I am learning English. I can speak. I will get better every day. Do this for 1 week. You'll see a big difference. Your tongue will start moving. Your fear will start leaving. Remember, English is not just a subject. It's a skill, and skills grow through practice, not through silence. When you speak, even alone, you are not wasting time. You are building fluency. You are building courage. And you are building your new voice, the voice that will one day speak to the world with confidence. So today, I want you to make a small promise to yourself. I will no longer stay silent. I will speak, even if it's not perfect, because every word I speak brings me closer to fluency. Chapter 2: Why You Understand But Can't Speak the Real Reasons. Many learners believe that understanding English is enough. They think that if they can understand movies, podcasts, and conversations, speaking will happen naturally one day. But it doesn't. Days turn into months, and the mouth stays quiet. The truth is that understanding and speaking are two different skills, like watching someone swim and actually jumping into the water yourself. You can learn a lot by watching, but you won't move until you get wet. The first reason you can't speak, even though you understand, is that your brain is working in your native language, not in English. When you hear English, you translate it in your mind. When you want to speak, you translate it back. That process takes time, and by the time you find the right English words, the conversation has already passed. You feel slow, confused, and sometimes embarrassed. That is why the key is not translation, but thinking directly in English. The second reason is fear. Fear of being wrong, fear of being judged, fear of not sounding smart enough. This fear is powerful. It controls your tongue. It makes you quiet even when you know the answer. But remember this: every fluent speaker you see today once spoke broken English. Every confident person you admire once said something funny by mistake. Mistakes are not your enemy, silence is. You can correct a mistake, but you cannot correct silence. So the next time fear whispers, "Don't speak," you whisper back, "I will try." The third reason is lack of speaking habit. You may listen for hours, but if you don't open your mouth, your brain forgets the sound connection. It's like having music notes in your head, but never touching the instrument. The more you speak, the stronger your mouth muscle memory becomes. That's why even talking to yourself can change your fluency. You don't need people around you, you need your voice around you. The fourth reason is the pressure of perfection. Many learners wait to speak until their English is perfect. But there is no perfect English. Even native speakers make mistakes, forget words, and use fillers like uh-huh and you know. If you wait for perfect English, you will wait forever. You learn to walk by falling. You learn to speak by speaking. Every imperfect sentence is a step toward perfect communication. Let me tell you a small story. There was a student named Adam. He loved watching English tutorials, and he understood almost everything. But when it came time to answer a simple question like, "How was your day?" he froze. One day he decided to change his method. Instead of only listening, he started talking to himself while walking. He said things like, "I am walking to school. I see the sky. I feel tired." It felt silly at first, but within 1 month, his brain stopped translating. He started thinking directly in English. When he spoke to his teacher again, his words came naturally. That was the day he understood that fluency doesn't start in the classroom, it starts inside your mind. So if you understand English but can't speak, don't blame your brain. It already knows enough. What it needs now is action. Your tongue needs training, your mind needs courage, and your heart needs patience. Don't wait for a perfect time to start. Every small sentence you say today is one step toward freedom. Speak to your mirror, your phone, your pet, or even the air. You're not crazy, you're learning. The more you speak, the more you break the wall between understanding and expression. From today, stop saying, "I can't speak." Start saying, "I'm practicing speaking." Words have power. When you say it, your brain believes it. So say it with pride. Every day, "I can speak English." Because the truth is, you can. You just haven't given yourself permission yet. Chapter 3. Breaking the Fear of Speaking. Every English learner carries a little fear inside. It hides quietly in your chest until it's time to open your mouth. Then suddenly, your heart beats faster, your palms sweat, and your voice disappears. You know the words, but they get lost somewhere between your brain and your tongue. That fear is powerful, but it is not your enemy. It is only a sign that you care, that you want to do well, and that you are stepping outside your comfort zone. Fear is not a wall, it is a signal that says, you are growing. When you were a child, you didn't care how you sounded. You just spoke, even if your words were strange. That's how you learned your first language. But as adults, we become afraid of being judged. We start thinking, what if I make a mistake? What if people laugh? That's when the mind becomes louder than the voice. The truth is, nobody becomes fluent without mistakes. Every confident English speaker has a long list of funny, embarrassing, or wrong sentences behind them. They just kept speaking until their mistakes became lessons. Let's take an example. I once met a man named Omar. He had been learning English for 3 years. He understood a lot but never spoke in public. One day he joined a small English club. When his turn came to speak, his voice trembled. He said, My name is Omar. I am from Pakistan." Then he stopped, his face turned red, and he looked down. But the group smiled and clapped for him. That one small moment changed him. He realized that nobody laughed, nobody judged. Everyone supported him because they all knew how hard that first sentence is. From that day, he spoke more. He made mistakes, but each mistake made him stronger. That's how you break fear, by speaking through it. You can't wait for confidence to come first. Confidence grows from action. When you speak, even a little, you tell your brain, "See, I survived, I can do it." Every time you face your fear, it becomes smaller. The next time, your heart will still beat fast, but your words will come easier. And soon, you'll realize you are speaking without even thinking about fear. Here's something that helps many learners. Before speaking, take a deep breath and smile. It relaxes your face and your mind. Don't think of speaking English as a test. Think of it as sharing. You're not performing, you're communicating. Even if your grammar isn't perfect, people understand your message. Communication is about connection, not perfection. Start small. Talk to yourself when no one is watching. Say good morning in English when you wake up. Describe what you see around you. Tell your thoughts out loud. These small moments train your mouth to move without pressure. Later, when you speak to real people, it will feel natural. And remember this truth: every word you speak in fear is still a victory. It means you are moving. The people who never try are the ones who stay silent forever. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be brave for a few seconds. Those few seconds can change your whole journey. So today, don't hide behind fear. Use it as your teacher. Speak while you're afraid. Speak while your voice shakes. Speak until your fear becomes your power. Because one day, the same words that scared you will come out easily, and you will smile, realizing that your voice has finally found its freedom. Chapter 4: How to Train Your Mouth to Speak Naturally. Your brain may know thousands of English words, but your mouth must learn how to say them. Many learners forget that speaking is not only a mental skill, it is also a physical one. Just like a dancer trains the body to move, a speaker must train the mouth to move in rhythm with the mind. That is why listening alone can never make you fluent. You must give your mouth practice every single day. When you speak English, your lips, tongue, and breath work together to create new sounds. These sounds may not exist in your native language, so your mouth feels lazy, slow, or confused at first. This is normal. Think of it like learning to play a new musical instrument. The first time you touch it, the sound is wrong. But after daily practice, the music starts to flow. English speaking works in the same way. You are training your mouth to play the music of English. Start small. Don't try to speak long sentences in the beginning. Focus on short, simple phrases. Say them slowly but clearly. For example, you can start with, "Good morning. How are you today? I am learning English." Repeat these again and again until they feel easy. When your mouth gets comfortable with simple phrases, your confidence grows, and longer sentences will come naturally. A great method to train your mouth is shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a native speaker and repeating at the same time. Choose a short video or podcast, play one line, and repeat after it. Don't worry about understanding every word. Focus on the sound, the rhythm, and the movement of your mouth. The goal is not perfection, but fluency of movement. You are teaching your mouth to copy the melody of English. Another useful method is mirror speaking. Stand in front of a mirror and look at your face while you talk. Watch how your mouth moves. Smile while speaking, it makes your pronunciation clearer and helps you sound more confident. When you see your own expression, you also learn how emotion changes your voice. You will notice that when you smile, your English sounds warmer and more natural. Reading aloud is another powerful exercise. Take a short English story, article, or even a YouTube script like this one and read it out loud every day. Do not read fast. Read with feeling, with pauses, with attention to each sound. This helps your tongue remember the patterns of English. If you do this for 10 minutes daily, you will see big improvement in 1 month. You can also record your voice. Pick any topic, speak for 1 or 2 minutes, and listen to the recording. At first, you might not like your voice, but that's okay. Every great speaker once hated their own sound. Listen carefully. Notice which words are hard to say, which sounds are unclear. Then practice those parts again. Recording and listening create awareness, and awareness leads to growth. Here's a simple routine to follow. Every morning, say 5 sentences out loud. Every evening, repeat a small part of an English video. Before sleeping, record yourself saying what you did that day. This 10-minute habit can completely change your speaking ability. Your mouth will learn to move easily, your brain will react faster, and you will begin to sound natural. Remember, speaking English naturally is not about speed, it's about flow. Speak with rhythm, not rush. Focus on how your voice connects the words, how it rises and falls, how it breathes. The more relaxed you are, the more beautiful your English sounds. So don't be silent. Your mouth is your tool. Your voice is your power. Train it, trust it, and let it speak for you. Every small practice session is a victory. Every repetition brings you closer to fluency. Keep speaking, keep moving, and your mouth will soon speak English as smoothly as your thoughts. Chapter 5. Turning Daily Life into Speaking Practice. The best way to speak English fluently is to make it a part of your daily life. You don't need a classroom or a teacher to practice. You already have everything you need around you. Your room, your phone, your mirror, even your morning routine can become your English classroom. Every action you do can be turned into a speaking opportunity if you decide to use English while doing it. When you wake up, start your day by talking to yourself in English. Say simple sentences like, "Good morning, it's a new day, I feel sleepy," or "I am going to brush my teeth." These small lines may sound silly, but they are powerful. They train your mind to think in English from the very first moment of your day. The more you do this, the faster English becomes natural to you. As you go through your morning, describe what you are doing. When you make breakfast, say things like, "I am making tea, the water is boiling, I am cutting the bread." When you prepare your bag, say, "I am packing my notebook, I am ready to go out." These sentences are simple but real. You are not memorizing, you are living English. And that is how your fluency grows without pressure. Throughout your day, try to talk about what you see. If you are walking, say in your mind or aloud, "The sky is blue, the children are playing, the road is busy today." You can even speak quietly if you are in public. The goal is not volume, the goal is habit. When you train your brain to speak about everything around you, your thoughts slowly start to happen in English automatically. Technology can help you too. Change your phone language to English. Read messages, news, and notifications in English. When you type a message to a friend, try writing in English. When you search on Google, use English keywords. Every small action keeps your mind inside the English world. You don't need to study 20 hours a week, you just need to make English part of your normal life. Let's talk about talking to objects. Yes, that really works. Talk to your clothes while you fold them. Say you are my favorite shirt, or these shoes are new. Talk to your plants, your books, your furniture. It may feel funny at first, but it keeps your mouth active. Many learners have improved their fluency this way because they can speak freely without fear of being judged. You can also practice storytelling. When you come home in the evening, try to tell the story of your day in English. For example, today I went to the market. I met my friend. We had coffee together. Then I came home. This short habit improves your sentence building and gives you real practice in describing events. You can even record these stories to track your progress. Another great exercise is mirror talk at night. Look at yourself and say, "How was my day today?" Then answer it in English. Ask yourself small questions like, "What made me happy today?" Or, "What did I learn today?" You will be surprised how much English you can speak when you talk to yourself honestly. When English becomes part of your day, you no longer feel like you are studying. You start to feel like you are living in English. And that is the real secret to fluency. The language grows naturally inside you because you use it in everything you do. You no longer need motivation because speaking becomes a normal habit, just like breathing. So from now on, let every part of your day teach you English. Speak while you cook, walk, clean, travel, or relax. The world around you is full of lessons, and your voice is the key to learning them. Turn your daily life into English practice, and soon you will discover that your life itself has become your classroom. Chapter 6. Building Confidence Through Small Wins. Confidence in speaking English is not something that appears in one day. It grows slowly, like a small plant that becomes strong when you water it daily. Many learners wait for a big success before they allow themselves to feel confident. But real confidence comes from small victories. Every word you speak, every mistake you correct, every moment you try again, adds another drop of strength to your confidence. Think of the first time you learned to ride a bicycle. You didn't start by racing, you started with shaky hands and small steps. You fell, but you got up again. Every small distance you covered gave you courage to try more. Learning English works in the same way. When you focus on small wins, the journey becomes enjoyable, not stressful. Start by celebrating the small things. If you spoke one English sentence today, that's a win. If you understood a new word, that's a win. If you listened to an English video and caught even one phrase, that's progress. Many learners ignore these small victories and focus only on what they can't do. But when you recognize what you have done, your brain gets motivated. You feel capable. You feel ready for the next step. Confidence also comes from routine. When you speak a little English every day, your mind starts to trust you. It begins to say, "I can do this." At first, you may not see much difference, but after a few weeks, you will notice how your mouth moves easily, how your hesitation becomes smaller, and how your voice sounds stronger. The magic is not in one big moment, it's in the small daily ones that build your belief quietly. You can also track your progress. Keep a small English journal. Write what you practiced today. Maybe you said, "I talked to myself for 5 minutes," or "I used 2 new words in a sentence." Write it down. When you read those pages later, you will see how far you have come. This gives you proof that your hard work is paying off. Let's talk about how to turn mistakes into wins. When you make a mistake, instead of saying, "I failed," say, "I learned something new." Every time you correct a wrong word, you grow. Mistakes are not signs of weakness, they are signs of effort. The people who never make mistakes are the ones who never try. So instead of feeling ashamed of errors, feel proud that you had the courage to speak. Confidence also grows when you help others. If you have a friend who is learning English too, speak with them. Teach them a new word. Explain a phrase you understand. When you teach, you repeat and remember better. It also reminds you that you have knowledge worth sharing. The more you give, the more confident you become. And don't forget your inner voice. What you say to yourself matters. Stop telling yourself, my English is bad. Start saying, my English is improving. Stop saying, I can't speak. Start saying, I'm getting better every day. The words you use shape your reality. When your inner voice is kind and positive, your confidence becomes unshakable. Finally, remember that confidence is not about speaking perfectly. It's about speaking honestly. It's about saying what you can, not what you can't. When you speak from your heart, people listen. When you speak with courage, your words carry power. So celebrate your small wins, speak proudly, and keep going. Each sentence you say is proof that you are stronger than yesterday. Chapter 7. The Path from Understanding to True Fluency. Fluency is not a gift that only a few people have. It is a result of patience, practice, and courage. Many learners believe that fluency means speaking fast, but that is not true. Fluency means being able to express yourself freely and naturally without fear. It means that your mind and your mouth work together as one. It means that you no longer feel blocked between understanding and speaking. You have already taken the first steps toward fluency. You understand English. You can listen and follow. That is a great foundation. But now you must build on it by speaking regularly. The secret is simple. You don't become fluent by waiting for confidence. You become confident by speaking. Every small conversation is a bridge between your knowledge and your voice. Fluency also depends on rhythm. Every language has a rhythm, a flow, a music. English has its own melody. Listen carefully to how native speakers pause, how they stress certain words, and how their voice rises and falls. When you speak, try to follow that rhythm, not to copy perfectly, but to feel the natural movement of the language. The more you listen with your heart, the more easily you can speak with your own voice. To reach fluency, consistency is more powerful than intensity. It's better to practice 10 minutes every day than 2 hours once a week. Make English your daily companion. Talk to yourself. Record your voice. Shadow a speaker. Describe your day and repeat old sentences until they become part of you. Fluency is not built in one big moment. It is built in thousands of small, quiet ones that nobody sees. Let me share a real story. A learner named Sarah watched English videos for years but never spoke. One day, she decided to speak for 1 minute every night before sleeping. Just 1 minute. She talked about her day, her thoughts, her dreams. At first, she used simple words. After a few weeks, her sentences became longer. After 2 months, she could express everything she felt. That 1 minute turned into fluency because she made speaking a part of her life. When you practice daily, your brain starts to think differently. English stops being a foreign language and starts feeling like a natural part of your thoughts. You no longer translate. You no longer search for words. The sentences come on their own because your brain, mouth, and memory begin to work in harmony. That is true fluency. You should also remember that fluency is not the end of the journey. It's the beginning of freedom. Once you are fluent, you can learn from more people, read more books, watch more ideas, and connect with the world. English opens doors, but you are the one who must walk through them. Every learner who speaks fluently today was once silent, nervous, and full of doubt. The only difference between them and you is that they did not stop. They spoke one more time, even after failing. They believed that one day their voice would flow freely. And it did. Yours will too, if you keep going. So here is your final reminder. You already understand English. You already have the knowledge. Now it is time to speak it into life. Don't wait for tomorrow. Start today. Speak to your mirror. Speak to your phone. Speak to the world. Each word you say takes you one step closer to your dream. Fluency is not a distant goal. It's the voice you build every day with courage, patience, and love for learning. You are not just learning English, you are becoming a communicator, a thinker, and a confident version of yourself. Keep practicing, keep believing, and one day soon you will realize that you no longer just understand English, you live it? Thank you, my friends, for watching till the end. If this video helped you, take one small step today. Speak one English sentence aloud and make your confidence grow. Write in the comments, I will speak English every day, so I know you're part of this journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs courage to speak. Keep learning, keep believing, and always remember your English voice is already inside you, waiting to be heard.